I don't know. There's some people here. The countdown restarted. Technical issue. Yeah, you're right. I'm having technical issues. Now it says that I'm live twice. Like I'm currently live in two places. But I'm absolutely not. What the shit? See what this one says. See, this isn't even showing up on my damn screen now. Like on my desktop. Is it working? It's working here. It's not working over here. I don't even have any indication over here that I am currently live on this. So that's good work, YouTube. It's because I was complaining about YouTube innovating. That's why. They heard me. So stupid. Like apparently, according to YouTube, I am still live on that old show. Maybe I should have just skipped tonight. Hi, McGill. And there's nowhere for me to like go in and like force quit the old show. Like I can't even like hang up. Like there's no like hang up button or anything. So apparently this show is still going. It's says yeah, it's live now. That old show is still live. Oh, I've got upcoming. YouTube messed me up as an upcoming. But the old one is still live. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Can you see and hear me? People are talking. Maybe it just works itself out in the wash. McGill can see and hear me just fine. Okay. All right. Who fucking knows with this thing anymore? Welcome back to show number 2, the late show number 2. First one apparently is still on, and I have no way of stopping it. That's cool. And this one apparently is still upcoming. Oh, now I'm live here and on the old one. What if I click this? According to the category, can I just not quit it? I can't quit it? No. Nope. Sure can't. 400 and how many of these shows? No. Whatever. We're probably going to be going that long tonight anyway. It's supposed to be random, like pop on, say hi. And then this nonsense all started. Hey, Waldrop's here. I mean, wait, maybe we'll go again, and I'll probably end up just deleting both of these things. As opposed to, that sucks for people that want to watch this after. Sucks. Okay, it is what it is. We'll live with it. Hey, remember that episode of Parks and Rec where Ron finds out his computer can track him, so he throws it in the dumpster? Yep, sure do. That's exactly how I feel right now, except like I'm not a Luddite. But it was super frustrating trying to figure out what the hell was happening here. I still don't even know. Like I don't know why it thinks that I'm still live on that first show. And why it just suddenly stopped like feeding me chat and watch information and stuff. Just all of a sudden I noticed my viewers and my thumbs went away and nobody was talking. Just whatever. People seem to be here again, and we'll just continue to hang out until I just give up. What did I miss? Kapla showed up. Well, you missed a whole nother show, my friend. I had a show going, and YouTube had a glitch, and I got super confused and had to start another show. So this is round 2 for the night. Despite planning for 0 episodes tonight, we're now on episode 2. And there will be a show on Monday night as scheduled. I got off work a little bit earlier than I thought. Well, 2 hours earlier than I thought I was going to. So I was like, throw on the thing. And so we've been hanging out for like an hour. And then YouTube went and it still thinks that I'm live over on that old one. But I'm not. Don't go there. Maybe I should go into that chat and put this link in there in case people here. Let's copy the link. We'll go into that old one and see if there's still people just like waiting for me over there. He's like thinking that I'm coming back. No, it doesn't show up at all. Let's go here. Let's go here. Yep, still live in 2 places. Let's go over here. Put it in the chat. Oh, what did people say it over here? Oh, there you go. New show. Why is this still on? Yeah, get out of here. Get out. Welcome to the show number 2. Mike gave away a Bedrock plane, a Veritas plane, and his stool got finished. I had a lot of announcements that you missed. It's true. Yeah. I finally been sponsored by Veritas. Gave away a $500 gift card. I don't see a Bedrock. I've never had a Bedrock. I didn't give away anything. I said that, well, I gave away that apparently even after 146 shows, I still suck at this, is what I gave away. I don't think this one was my fault. I didn't do anything differently than I normally do. Just all of a sudden, just things tanked, and YouTube is having some problems. Can we use the $500 gift card to pay for shipping on your calendar? No, because that's not through Lee Valley, unfortunately. Ugh. Hey everybody, welcome back to Mike's Wooden Things and Stuff. Today on the show, we're going to fight with YouTube. Bring it on, YouTube. Oh. Anyway, as I said previously, the Monday show is still on. This was a spontaneous, I got off work early and thought maybe some people would still be awake. And I'm going to have beer in the shop anyway, so let's hang out if people want to. So we are. And then YouTube took a big dump. And now we're here. The one in the middle behind him looks like a Stanley Sweetheart. The one in the middle... The one in the middle is my Veritas low angle jack. Unless you're talking middle left to right, in which case it's my Veritas low angle smoother. Almost got killed on the new bike. Still having electrical issues. Jesus, man. You got a lemon. Take it back. This is ridiculous. For what you pay for those things, like, you should not be having to go back all the time and have them fix things, like, within months. You have too many problems with that bike. Go get a new one. I have a 282 scraper, literally just a scraper. Okay, that happens to be a sweet. Really? Like a card scraper? That's a sweetheart? That's weird. I didn't know that they ever stamped sweetheart on just like a piece of spring steel that you. It's in the shop right now. I had a very interesting conversation with the general manager. I'd be having more than that. I'd be having more than an interesting conversation. It's a paint scraper. Oh, so it's got like a handle and it's like a... Okay. Is it a little triangle blade? And then you can do this side for flat and then get the point in for corners. Is it one of those kind of scrapers? So I think you should make them give you a new motorcycle, my friend. Because at this point, that's what, 4 things in 2 months on a how many $1,000 motorcycle? I don't think I keep that one. I think that one goes back. It's a rectangle but with a subtle curve. The blade is super thick. It's not bad. Only three things wrong on your $21,000 motorcycle. I still think that one goes back. Because didn't they also, like, they sent you the wrong handlebars or some shit? Like, or the wrong grips? Or, like, Hey, Viviana Bon... Oh, I've seen the name before. I think we discussed how to pronounce your name. Bals? Maybe? From Peru? Welcome to the show. This is a spontaneous, almost accidental late night live show. And it's, in fact, show number 2. Show number 1 is still running. So dumb. Let's reset it and see if it's done that one yet. No, that one is still apparently live. Are you laughing at my pronunciation of your name? tried. How do you pronounce your last name? Banses? Banses? Bunkas? I could just keep messing it up until you tell me. If you want to ride a motorcycle, buy a Honda. If you want to wrench on a bike, buy a Harley. I don't want to. Okay, good to know. I think if I ever bought a motorcycle, I have had thoughts of buying a motorcycle, but every time I think about buying a motorcycle, I always go to like street bike style motorcycles, like Ducatis and Kawasaki Ninja style motorcycles. But that looks super uncomfortable to ride for any extended period of time. I've never had a motorcycle, so I don't know. So true. My Honda's only ever needed batteries and tires. 2 Harleys always needed electrical work repairs. Why are they tens of thousands of dollars then? If they all, like, God, that's stupid. Oh, Joel's back. Looks like I'm late to the stream. Oh man, let me tell you. Let me tell you, my friend. We had a whole hour-long late night show because Mike got off work early. The show was supposed to be postponed. Show is still happening Monday. I will do the show on Monday. But tonight I was supposed to be working until 9:30-ish. And I was told I could go home at 7. So I went, well, there's probably still some people up. Maybe I'm going to be in the shop having beer after work anyway, so let's go live. See if anybody shows up. We hung out for an hour. Everything was cool. And then YouTube decided, you know what, Mike? Here's a kick. And so now I've restarted, but I am apparently also still live on that other one. And the funniest part is that I literally just got done bitching about how YouTube is changing their system around all the time just to be innovating for no reason. And I did a bit of a rant against YouTube trying to change things that weren't broken, and then just the stream went. And and I had to start it up again. It's nearly midnight now. I thought it was midnight an hour ago for you guys. I thought we were 4 hours ahead. But we're not. In any case, we'll hang out for a bit. I'm not going to go back over everything that I talked about in the first episode of the evening. And we will be back live at regular time on Monday. Hopefully, this nonsense doesn't persist with the digital structural issues on the YouTube back end. You got to get a new bike. You can't have your $21,000 motorcycle being a safety hazard for you. When done, I hope it will be an 8-sided platter. What? Hold on. There we go. I'm working on a glue up red oak, poplar, pecan. I think you were working on that a couple weeks ago when we talked. Goof up and cutting it for the next glue up. Now I'm going to have to make 4.5-inch round plug for the center. That's fine. Plug it. Plug it and keep on going. Whatever. How many beers deep in the stream are we? This is 3. This is 3. We're not that deep. Because I only got off work at 5 after 7. And it's only 2 hours after that. I should be more than 3 beer deep by now. Hold on. Beer. To be fair, I spent a little bit of time trying to figure out what the hell is going on with YouTube and why I'm live in 2 places and stuff like that in between shows. Rotate the plug to make it a decorative feature. I would just say grab a new species of wood. Just grab a chunk of cherry, plug it in there. And if the joint isn't super tight, on my segmented bowl, my first and only time doing a segmented bowl, that happened with it was an intentional plug that I used to make a 10N. But the joint wasn't awesome, so I just took a pointy tip carbide and I just put a little ridge in there and just filled it with a contrasting CA glue to make it a feature, like a little ring. Accentuate the defects to make them look intentional. By the way, going in the GGBO again. Just doing the free build section. Just gonna film a guitar that I'm working on for a customer and pass it on for the contest. Out no money, still get exposure. It's a valid point. Yep. I approve. I want to like what they're doing. I really do. But I don't. And I'm not going to get into why I don't right now. Maybe on an upcoming live show when I get more than 4 beer deep, I will have a go at explaining why I'm not digging the GGBO in general. Sold a bench. Hey! Still finishing up some others. Got my eyes on some other projects to try out. Maybe a farmhouse table. Farmhouse table would be a cool project. I've never done a farmhouse table. Kitchen table, lots of coffee tables, sofa table, benches that were basically tables, workbench. Never farmhouse table. I've never done a breadboard end. Most farm tables have breadboard ends. Yeah, cool. What you should probably, Joel, be working on is changing the name of your profile. Since YouTube messed you up with the live feeds, you should have done it on Zoom instead of YouTube. Unfortunately, even I make almost no money by doing these videos on YouTube, but it's only almost no money. If I did them on Zoom, it would actually be no money. So I'll take almost no money over actually no money. Be half laps, mortise tenants for Lakeside. I made a challenge on the top since it's still on hand tool. Oh, yeah, you should be trying to challenge yourself. Sorry, this is the fitness channel. I need to upload more legacy woodwork. It's fine. It's fine. I will just absolutely refuse to ever call you by your name, and then it'll confuse people about who is he talking to. Because I disagree in principle with fitness. Can record the Zoom and then upload it to the YouTube. Yeah, I could. I mean, that's how I did the podcast. I did the podcast over Zoom and recorded it and then uploaded it to YouTube. But sometimes when I do live YouTube shows, people just throw money at me just for fun as well, which is nice. I don't think they can do that on YouTube on Zoom. Unless I can combine fitness and woodworking on a channel where I rant on about the decay of society while I work out or woodwork. I wasn't doing Zooms. Well, I was doing Zoom interviews with other creators, like maker people. I had a podcast I did 6 episodes early last year where I did Zoom interviews with people and then made them into videos and put them out as a podcast. And it was a cool idea, but it just didn't, it wasn't worth the effort for the response that I got. But I think I do want to get back to doing like Meet the Maker type interview style shows once in a while. So I hope to get back into doing that in some fashion at some point. Wood, beards, and beers. That'd be cool. No, I thought it was a pretty cool show. Just like it, not highly polished. I mean, if you're gonna, at this point in podcasting, it sucks. But at this point in podcasting, like if you don't have a team of people, or you're very good at creating polished content, it's hard to get. There's so much. It's same with the YouTube, right? Like there's so much being put on out into the world, put on platforms, that it's just hard to get eyeballs or earballs on them. Send them that number 7 to flatten the farm table. I don't have a 7. I can't send them the 7. I don't have one. I have an 8. I have a 6. I don't have a 7. Do you have your podcasts on platforms? Maybe. I don't even really know anymore because I uploaded my podcasts through a podcast app, I guess, that then sent it out to iTunes and Spotify and Stitcher and all those places. But I let my subscription to that podcast channel lapse because I didn't want to keep paying for it, a yearly fee to have a podcast channel on that, to not be making podcasts anymore. But they are on my YouTube channel. The video versions of them are on my YouTube channel from early last year. Hey, I happen to have my computer right in front of me, so let's scroll back. January 21st, and then every 2 weeks after that for 6 episodes until the end of March of last year. It was a cool idea. I would have liked to have continued it, but it was just too much work for the feedback and the engagement and the There was no way to even tell if anybody gave a shit that I was doing it. And it's hard to keep going on something where you don't know if anybody gives a shit that you're doing it when it's actually a fair bit of effort. If it was super easy to do and it took you no time at all, then it doesn't really matter if people give a shit that you're doing it because you're having fun. But when it's a bunch of effort and it's taking your time away from other stuff, and you don't know if anybody gives a shit that you're doing it, it's hard to justify. Yeah, he's already got a 7. He doesn't need mine. And I don't have one. 6 is your largest plane. Corrugated is 6 is plenty big. I don't. Honestly, I have no need to have an 8. Podcasts definitely take time to grow. I think these days you have to leverage traffic from other platforms to grow it. And that's part of my problem is I just don't have the time to put into just the numerous platforms that you all have to get intermingling and feeding each other. Like all of your various platforms you have to spend time on and have them all feeding into and out of each other. I don't have that kind of time or capacity, mental and emotional capacity to have that happen. I have one hair that's curling into my mouth. It's doing one of these, and it keeps going back in. It's bothering me. Oh, that's a bingo square. Oh, but this is a different show. This is a different episode. So all the bingo squares that people got last episode don't transfer, technically. Because it's not per night, it's per episode for the bingo card. So, sorry about that. Gotta go. All right. Later, Stanford. I'm gonna get it. Yeah, got it. I know, right? How many times did I mention cloud and you didn't shake your fist once? I didn't shake my fist even at the YouTube problems that were messing with me. I don't think. I don't notice when I do that, honestly. That's why I think it's going to be fun when somebody actually gets a line on the bingo sheet, because I'm going to have to be like, did I? And like go back in and be like, oh, there it was. Oh, I did put the hose on my beard. Or like, oh, I did. That is a Will Ferrell. Because we're just here having fun, having a good time. Haven't even looked at your bingo sheet yet. You could have won last week. There were 6 squares last week. And if you happen to have them in a line on your sheet, you could win. In case you don't know what we're talking about, there is a live show bingo sheet for Patreon supporters. And it's things that don't happen all the time, but happen regularly enough that you might be it's back. I didn't get it. That you might be able to check it off. And if you get a line, you win a prize. And every Patreon supporter gets a different sheet. And there's a new sheet every month. And I think it's going to be fun. There were 6 last week. Last week we had... I'll tell you what we had last week. We had shakes fist at sky like a cartoon old man. We had Holds Vacuum with his beard. We had Stay Happy, Stay Healthy, Stay Safe, which is like the center square, so it's basically free. We had the custom high-speed crayon song. We had Mike rants about social media platform. We had Mike makes Will Ferrell quote. So that's 6. Tonight, in episode 1, we had at least you didn't have many, but we had social media rant. I guess that might have been it, but it was a short show. Veritas Bandit drink he's never had. No, we only had one in the first episode. Like I said last week, it's going to be hard to get a line during shows where I don't make anything or try making anything, because a lot of the squares are like could really only happen if I'm making something. Finally got to use the Star Bond you sent me. Sweet. Fixed a twice turned bowl that really cracked when it dried. That's like the best use of Star Bond is filling cracks. Would love to eventually have a lathe. Wouldn't mind learning how to turn legs for furniture. I gotta say, I don't really like round legs on furniture. I never have. I don't like. I just aesthetically, I just really kind of don't like round legs on furniture. No judgment on people who do. I just never have. Oh, we also earlier, and even in this episode, in fact, or did that not make? No, there it is. So either in this episode or last episode, we also had complaints about his hair and or beard looking shitty. That would have qualified. So the hair that was and still is doing the thing, that qualifies as a square as well. So who knows? Depending on how long we go in episode 2 tonight, somebody could get a line, I guess. I'm working on it with mentioning clouds and number 7 planes. See, and that's the other thing too, is I'm somewhat aware that there are going to be people who are trying to direct the conversation. Like Pinnell last week. Who's clearly trying to direct the conversation. And he got me once. He got me at least once. French country furniture looks nice with round legs, but rectangular legs construction. Oh, yeah. So like square tops where tendons go, and then round from there down. I can appreciate it. I just don't really. It's not my aesthetic. Kyle is here. Finally got an Australian. This show is a mess, Kyla. This is episode 2 of the evening. And there were supposed to be episode 0s tonight. This was supposed to be a night off, and we bumped the show to Monday. And I got off work early, and I was like, okay, let's put a show on and see if anybody shows up. And people did show up, and we hung out for like an hour, and then YouTube was like, why do I go over this over and over and over again? Because they're going to hear me. The people at YouTube are going to hear me, and they're going to do it again. It's Mother's Day here. It's true. Happy Mother's Day to you. I hope that the rest of the family is treating you well today. as opposed to how they normally treat you. Did you get breakfast in bed? No complaints. Kyla's in the future. Kyla and Scott and Eric Habakabaka and Jax, who shows up infrequently, but sometimes, are all in the future. God, no, only I cook it right. That was what I said last on wife's birthday. She asked for a specific dinner, and I made it because I'm a really good cook. I said, you know what? This is probably what we're going to have on Father's Day too, and probably my birthday. And she was like, yeah, but you're going to have to cook, though. Like, doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose? I was like, oh, yeah. It's a good point. I don't want to have to cook dinner on Father's Day and my birthday, but this is what I want to eat. Boo! Did make a banana pudding pie today. That sounds good. Are you pretty dangerous when you cook? No, I'm not. I'm dangerous when I woodwork, though. If you watched the video that came out a couple hours ago, and I literally, when I was editing it, I had to stop and record a clip of myself telling people, essentially, don't come here to learn. But in more words. I was watching it going like, I don't even know if you want to put this out into the world. You should at least have something scrolling or a text or something somewhere. And I was like, no, just interrupt. Record a clip of you interrupting. Saying like, hey, just so you guys know, don't do it this way. That's how I did it. No. Basically. Because there was some sketchy shit in that project when I was watching it during the editing process. That's a good short for YouTube. Yeah, probably would be. I can't have a deep-seated distaste for vertical video. TikTok and reels and shorts and everything just bothers me in my core. I pulled in some OT at the millwork today. Got a good old particle board and MDF sheet, European style. Can't make them fancy. Not really. Plastic is a different beast from wood. Yeah, fair. Yeah, you live dangerously, Mr. No Riving Knife. Yeah. That's the only thing that bothered Todd as well. I think that was irrelevant during that particular project. That was one of the least riving knife needing projects that I've ever done. There was nothing ever that was going to pinch on the back of the blade during that project. No. That particular, I understand the people who really want me to have a riving knife, but for that particular project, there was never anything that was going to pinch. All the table saw work was cross cuts or miter cuts. I'd love to have a saw stop. Yeah, so would everybody else. They're just damn ass expensive. Mike Lick's living on the edge. Living on the edge! You stop this man from falling. No Steven Tyler. That was a good album. Not a huge Aerosmith fan, but that album was really, really good. And it came about at the right time for me as a teenager. I listened to it a lot. What's it called? It's got a cow. It's got a cow on the cover. Like a close-up of a dairy cow. Used saw stops exist. They've been making saws for 20 years now. Yeah, sure. Yeah, used saw stops exist, and you can get them for only 95% of what you pay for a new one. I don't think I've ever seen anybody sell a saw stop for like, wow, that's a huge savings. I'm not going to buy a new one because I get it for that price instead. Like you see used saw stops, they're like $5,000 saws on for like $4,700. You're like, I could save $300 to get a used one. Get a grip. That's it. That's the one. It's a good album. Let's not make fun of Steven Tyler. He's fine. He's one of the I wouldn't say best, one of the singers of my generation of music that has the best vocal talent. Like him or hate him or Aerosmith, whatever, you have to recognize that his vocal talent is absolutely phenomenal. I was skating to walk this way when I was 11 years old. He will be 60 this year. That's right. And he's been making music for 50 plus years, and he's still doing it at that kind of level, with that level of like force through his larynx. It's fucked up is what it is. Like, how can some people be that good at something for that long that takes that much physical like effort? I throw my back out when I put on socks sometimes. Like, eat shit, Steven Tyler. Beer. I guess we're gonna do like 2-hour-long shows tonight. I thought it was going to be super short because nobody was going to show up because I started super late. But no. I guess it doesn't even matter what time I start. People are going to come and they're going to hang out, and it never ceases to amaze me, and I will never stop being thankful for like the fact that you guys want to come along while I do this. It's just Blows me away every time. Every time I'm like, well, maybe nobody's going to show up. Especially tonight. I was like, I'm 2 hours later than usual. A bunch of my fans are East Coast. They're in bed. It's midnight or whatever. Nope. Here you are. Even though I told you specifically it was not happening, you guys showed up anyway. Damn. Sometimes you need to stop and just appreciate what you've got in your life. Anybody have anything else they want to talk about for tonight, other than the longevity of rock stars or any other random stuff that happens to come up? Because I do think that we should probably get wrapping this up. I have to wrap something for Mother's Day tomorrow. Because tomorrow, Kyla, is Mother's Day. In the rest of the world. But we can hang for a few more minutes. I can do 2-hour-long shows tonight. If you have not, after this ends, if you have not yet watched the new show, the first actual edited project video of the year, please go do that. Leave me a comment. Let me know in the comments what you think of it. I was pretty happy with how it came together, and it was important. And I was super nervous, obviously. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with that particular. For the first video of the year, I'm glad that it was that one. Because like I said in the last episode, this happened again, didn't it? It's all of a sudden, I have no numbers, I have no comments. God damn it, YouTube. Are you fucking kidding me? Same. There's a bingo square. Really? You fucking Jesus. I hate this so much. Why do I put myself through this? It's like, you guys have anything more you want to talk about? There's probably all kinds of shit you guys wanted to talk about. And the last comment I have over here, again, same fucking, I hate you so much, YouTube. Right now, I hate you so much. The last comment I have over here, Stones are the same way I was at Sturgis when he fell off the stage and hurt himself. Where is that? That's back here. There he is. Yeah, you guys, you've been talking. You've been talking. All right. Kyla left. I didn't even know Kyla left. Bye. All right, I'll answer the last couple of questions that I've got over here. And then we will wrap it up because this is ridiculous. YouTube is having some serious problems tonight. We got, what did you see in the video that made you do a safety rant? Well, it was the proximity of my fingers to, mainly it was the proximity of my fingers to the table saw blade. When even when I was on the sled, which is a perfectly controlled operation, I was watching it going, somebody's going to yell at me. Somebody is going to be like, dude, don't ever get your fingers that close. Or when I was running things through the bandsaw and my blade guard is way up because my fence is 6 inches tall and I'm running a piece through this big and it's this far away from the fence, so my fence can't be, my guides have to be above the top of my fence, and it's like, it looks sketchy. It's not really, but it looks sketchy. But mainly it was the table saw operations. With the 45, I was holding a piece of wood and the table saw blade was probably going within a half an inch of my finger as I'm running things through. That's not really how you should operate a table saw. You should not be having your fingers be that close to a table saw blade. All right, Joel's leaving. I thought some of the Kapla says, I thought some of those bandsaw cuts were small pieces. Yeah, they were. But that was the most efficient, safest way of doing those cuts at that time. I could have done them by hand. I could have done them on the table saw. That would have hurt people more if I would have been running them through the table saw, even with a push stick. A little 1/4 inch by 1/4 inch piece of wood over the table saw. I thought the bandsaw was safer. Are you still here? Yeah, I'm still here. I just have to be on a double screen again because this side YouTube has fucked it again. So I can get the comment section over here and I can get the video still feeding through here. And if this is the way that this is going to run from now on, if this is how YouTube has decided that things are going to go, we may re-examine. Because that's garbage. It should not get to like 50 minutes and have YouTube just be like, nope, sorry. Eat shit, asshole. Like, come on. All right, let's wrap it up. People are saying goodnight. So I will say goodnight as well. I'm absolutely not going to start a third stream. I was already getting ready to wrap this up before this nonsense happened again. So it was, you're right, Todd, it was about the same time. It was about 50-ish minutes into the show. No, maybe a little less than that. 45? Maybe YouTube's starting to do some kind of weird, stupid, like 45-minute live shows, and then after that, like, eat a dick. I don't know. We'll see on Monday. If they don't have this figured out by Monday, and this happens again on Monday, we may reimagine what this live show means, because I don't want to have to deal with this. Because most of the time, my computer isn't going to be out here. My computer is only out here because I was video editing. Most of the time it lives in the office. And if I'm only going to get a 45-minute show before I can stop engaging with my audience, that's a problem for me. So anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. See you next time. Thank you again so much for coming. We'll see you on Monday, regular time as opposed to late night. Bye for now.